All right, so the last scale that we learned was F, which is the first scale going counterclockwise on the circle of fifths, moving into the flat scales and cadences. Before we go into the rest of the flats, I thought I would give you a quick overview of what is coming up next. Don't worry, I'm going to give you individual videos on each of the scales, just like I did with the sharps. But before we did it, I thought I would give you a little bit of the theory behind it and a little bit of how the equations work so that you might have sort of an aha moment as we go into these flat scales. And I can show you this much better than I can say it. So I'm going to turn the camera around and actually talking about as I'm talking. So in the key of F, which we just played in the last video, I'm going to show you again right now very quickly. You'll notice that the fourth note of the scale was flat, and it was the B flat. That B flat is the note we're going to start on now for the next scale. So the next scale is the B flat scale. You're going to notice that the fourth note of this scale is E flat. So the fourth note is flat here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So since the E flat was the last flat that we just added, we're going to start on the E flat this time. And guess what? The fourth note, oh, you guessed it, the fourth note is flat again. Now, we already had the B flat, so we're not going to get rid of that one. We already had the E flat that we're starting on. We're adding the fourth note of the scale and making it flat. So where do you think we'll start this time? If you guessed A flat, you were right, because that's the flat that we just added. Let's count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to come to D flat, which will be our next flat scale. Now D flat will be the scale that we start on, and we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth note of this scale will be our new flat. And there we have the key of D flat, and then we start on the G flat, because that was the last one we just added. And we've gone all the way around the circle of fifths. So now you see how the flat scales work, hopefully. The fourth note of the new scale that you're playing, that fourth note is going to be the new flat, okay? And you will also probably notice that the fingering was different all throughout on these, okay? It was not the same fingering that we were using at the beginning when we were playing the sharp scales. And don't let that confuse you. I will help you through all of that on each individual scale as we come to it. But I wanted to give you this quick little overview. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm going to see you again on the key of B flat.